Peace, everyone. I hope this signal is better than the last signal. I think King's got a bit screwed up because I was in a bad spot as far as the Wi-Fi is concerned, and hopefully this comes through a lot clearer. Well, we're 1 month out from the Detroit Psychedelic Conference. We're looking forward to a epic conference. We want to make this one better than basically all the conferences in the world. As far as dealing with psychedelics, entheogens, hallucinogens, and the spiritual systems that are connected to these particular entheogens, which is basically all of them in their inception. We're going to have a great lineup. We're bringing in speakers who actually do the work, who actually go in hard, and many of them are going in taking trips to augment their talks so that they'll be, be pretty close to being in when they come to the conference, so that they can have fresh experience to be able to share along with their different topics and titles that they'll be talking about during the conference, which is a 3-day conference. It's a great conference. Sorry for those who didn't get in on the early bird price. But I told people for 3 months that, we'd be, the price would change after, when we get a month in. And I actually extended it so people could get in. But it's well worth it still, of course, to pay the price, because it'll help us do the things that we need to do and keep continuing the work that we've been doing for quite a while, bringing the real urban experience to the psychedelic realm, bringing it hard and heavy with people who actually, as I said before, who do the experiences, do the work, and they're going to be sharing. And then we'll have so many people there at the conference who will be just sharing experiences, in the ambience of the crowd. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have actual workshops. We're going to have panels. We're going to have the young people's panel, women's panel, and various panels dealing with certain aspects of the entheogenic world. We'll be having Sophia Buggs. She's coming in with all the witch information, with the how that relates to it and things like that. We'll have Baba Mudu come in, and he'll be talking about the urban experience and utilizing basically mushrooms, power plants, dealing with a lot of the things that are going on today as far as substance abuse. He's going to be talking about dealing with mushrooms and getting people off of crack and opiate addiction, things like that. So, we have the Beantown Shaman, Brother Dooley, who's going to be talking about accessing your superpowers utilizing entheogens, and he's going to be talking about healing. And he's been doing the combo, he's been doing the ayahuasca, he's been doing the mushrooms hard and heavy, and they've been doing the ceremonies there in Beantown. So he's going to be coming out with it hard and heavy. We got Brother Onk from New York, who's going to be bringing in the whole Brooklyn, New York vibe, with the ceremonies and understanding of not only crystals, but also of dealing with the entheogens from a urban point of view, and dealing with it from a New York point of view, which is of course always unique when you bring New York in the house. We have Brother Dimitri, who is also living in New York, but he's a Detroiter, and he's going to be bringing in the Ibogaine and the Iboka. He's had ceremonies in Gabon with the Bwiti, and he's also been dealing with basically getting people off of heroin and other addictions with their center in New York. So he's going to be coming in hometown. He's going to be coming in hometown with us and sharing not only the New York experience, but also his experience dealing with those substances in actuality in Detroit and the Cass Corridor area and things like that. And now he's out helping people in the New York area, and he's going to be bringing it with us. We have Sister Spirit Traveler, who's not only a midwife and doula and bringing in the babies, and we're going to be talking about the utilization of entheogens during childbirth and during breastfeeding and during the gestation period. So we're going to be talking about and dealing with topics that are not really talked about in many of the areas as far as dealing with psychedelics. We're dealing with them from the point of view of psychiatry and psychology, post-traumatic stress disease, all these different types of things, but we never get into the whole birthing aspect and the dealing with pregnancy and breastfeeding and all those different types of things. So she's going to be bringing that whole sister vibe. We're going to be bringing in Brother Omari Miles, who is a wonderful teacher, and he's going to be talking about the ancient lineages from ancient Kemet and Sumeria and other places, dealing with the power plants and entheogens, dealing with it from an ancient historical point of view. We're going to be bringing in Ankara, Akaru, who is a master crystal builder. He builds transdimensional crystals in the form of onks and geometric symbols and things like that. And he'll not only have his things there for sale, he'll also be doing a workshop on entheogens, psychedelics, hallucinogens, and crystals. So that's going to be fantastic. So he's going to have a workshop also dealing with the crystals and how to utilize them and how to put them into into the energy systems of dealing with entheogens and things like that. We're going to have Jonathan Thompson, who is always gives a great rendition of how entheogens connect with the family and how you bring your children into this whole thing by not getting to a place where you hide things from your children and things like that. And what ages do you introduce your children to these types of things? So family and entheogens, being able to, introduce your children at various ages to these type of things, young children, teenagers and things like that, so that they get a chance to be able to ask their parents about these things rather than ask in the street and get the wrong thing. At least they'll be knowledgeable. And Jonathan Thompson always comes with great information. We have KT, the arts degree, who is an alchemist. He's he breaks down the different Marvel characters and things like that and how they relate to entheogens and power and how they're gleaning information from the sources of information that we have from the entheogenic and psychedelic and hallucinogenic worlds. KT, matter of fact, KT is he is the person who I personally know who's taken entheogens at the earliest age that I know, because he started taking entheogens at 3 months because, I think that he was a little bit crying too much or something like that, and they started giving him mushrooms at 3 months old. So if he is the result of giving mushrooms to infants, then we need to start in that area, because this brother is a genius, and he's going to be coming in talking about some very, very pertinent things as far as entheogens goes. That's not the complete lineup. I'll be speaking also on the infraparticle energy and information, which I just traveled to present in Prague and other places in Europe, dealing with the intelligences of the subatomic realms. We have Sister Acacia coming in. She's going to be speaking on physics, the physics of transdimensional utilization of crystals and entheogens, and how you can traverse the multiverse inside of consciousness to be able to move out into the subatomic realms and from a physics point of view. So I'll be talking about it from an experiential entheogenic point of view. She'll be speaking from a physics point of view. That's not the whole lineup. I'll be coming to you all this month. We're going to have some of them on some of these go live programs. where we have both of us on at the same time, and they're going to talk a little bit about what they're going to be talking about and give you a little bit of, a preview of what's happening. And that's going to start next week. We're pulling the schedule together. We've gotten everybody in. We're just putting out and on what's going on as far as who's going to be speaking when and where, what room, and all those different types of things, the last minute stuff that you have to do, and getting everything ready for you all to come and have a wonderful time. We're going to be doing some things. We're going to be doing some outdoor things. We're going to have people in. It's just going to be an amazing conference. If you haven't signed up yet, don't get left out. We have, of course, Facebook. You can never rely on Facebook as far as they say, if you say, well, 10 people are coming, you may get 2 and things like that. But it's for almost 600 people that say they're coming. And we've already had a great response, best response we've ever had. If you don't get in, because the space is limited. We're not at the convention center or anything like that where we can have 50,000 people. So you need to get in right now and pay your fees so that you don't get left out in the cold. We're going to have a nice article being put together for the Metro Times. So people are going to come. Don't try to come at the door. It's going to be more expensive at the door than it is on Eventbrite now. Go to DetroitPsychedelics.com. Go to the drop down and go and pay your fees now, because people are coming in now. So we don't want you not to come, especially our folks who have been supportive of us all along. And of my 2 Facebook pages, I have 5,000 people, more than 5,000 people on those pages. Everybody won't be able to come to the conference. We do the conference every 2 years. So everybody won't be able to come. I know that. Some of you people are in Poland and in Hungary, and some are in Australia, some are in the New Zealand. And these are friends who are on my friend list, and who call me at 5 o'clock in the morning and 3:30 and things like that, because they don't take into consideration the difference in time with questions and things like that. All of you people, we don't have any sponsors. It's hard to get sponsors, especially in our environment. You can't go down to the Quickie printer or anything like that. And even the cannabis people, they don't want competition, and they think that the psychedelics will be competition. So they are the people who are contributing as far as sponsors. This is a grassroots program and conference. So we need you all, even if you can't come, to donate something. $10, 10 pounds, 10 crowns, 10 euros. We take Bitcoin, all of those things to make this a success, because we don't have the big sponsors. We don't have the big universities and things like that, but we have the people, and we have a movement going now. It's starting slow. It's still small, but hundreds and hundreds of people are starting to understand what the entheogens are and how they augment what they're doing. The yoga people, which is a hard nut to crack, are starting to come in. They're starting to dose with the yoga. The Kung Fu people, the Qigong, Tai Chi people, they're starting to come in. So for years, I went to my martial arts friends and said, hey, you need this to help augment your training. And even in the UFC, in the MMA community, they're utilizing mushrooms in their training now, because it augments your training. Whatever you're doing, it makes it better. You just have to find the right dose. So yoga people, Qigong people, Tai Chi people, Aikido people, people who meditate, are understanding that this is part of meditation. This is the beginning of meditation. So these things are happening. This movement is going to be so large, so grand, that by time it's like a train, those slow trains that'll hit a car, like how are you going to get hit by one of them slow moving trains? The thing is that it keeps rolling and keeps coming at its own rate and speed. By the time you look up, that train is on top of you. because it's already here. Don't get left out like many people will, trying to come in when the wave comes in. The Detroit Psychedelic Conference is a movement that is here, that is now. It's not just a conference, it's more than a conference. It's a network of those who understand that the spiritual access given by these most ancient power plants, these most ancient psychedelics, hallucinogens, entheogens, this access is not found anyplace else. So what we need to do, like I said, we want this conference to be so successful and so large and so big. We need the people who can't come to donate. We need those people, and it's not just about the money. It's not about me sitting here begging people to come. This conference is great. If we didn't get anybody else, this conference would be great. But I don't want you left out. So, as I said before, DetroitPsychedelics.com. Get on there. The rest of the schedule will be up in the next week. Don't get left out. Participate. And, from Baba Kilindi Iyi signing off. We'll be bringing the folks on, like I said, for the live, where they'll be giving previews of their particular talks and letting you know exactly what they're going to be talking about, so you can see the knowledge and the depth of people who actually do it, not people coming in and reading their own PowerPoint program. Dang, if you got a PowerPoint program and you're giving a lecture someplace and you're supposed to be a expert in the field and you reading your PowerPoint program, you shouldn't even have to come. You just send your PowerPoint program. We can read it ourselves. Like paint drying on the wall. Come on out, deal with the real folks, the grassroots from the ground up, because we know those grassroots hold what? They hold the mycelium network that is the internet of the earth. So Baba Kilindi signing off. Get in, get your tickets. Don't get left out. This is going to be the one. Talk to you later. Peace.